So, you just started Deadlock, Valve's top secret, not so secret, third-person MOBA hero shooter, and when you looked over the roster, a certain real steel punching machine caught your eye. Well, look no further, as in this video, we'll cover all of BEBOP's abilities, game plan, builds, and more. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Well, actually, before we get started, am I the only one that thinks BEBOP is missing something? Maybe like a cowboy hat?
Say that again?
First off, let's start with his kit. BEBOP has 4 abilities in his arsenal. First up is BEBOP's Hook. This ability reels in the first enemy hero it hits, but with mouse 4 you can also reel in allies. Second is his Sticky Bomb. If the enemy is in range, it applies a sticky bomb that can't be removed, and detonates after a short period of time. This ability also has a unique property that with each enemy hero hit, the Sticky Bomb's damage will increase by 2.5%. For BEBOP's third attack, we have The range damage of this attack isn't anything special, but it's great at making distance between you and an enemy. And finally, we have Hyper Beam, release a beam that does massive damage to anything standing in its way. Be careful though, using this attack will leave you immobilized for 8 seconds, leaving you open to any attacks from behind. These abilities are all great when used separately, but where they really begin to shine is when they're put together. Here's just a couple of examples. Comboing Grapple, Bomb, and all together create a deadly combo, which in the early stages of the game can make you a threat to anyone in your lane. Now with that out of the way, how should you go about playing BEBOP? Alongside displacing enemies, BEBOP also excels at farming souls, but for the earlier stages of the game, you'll need to focus on denying your opponent's souls by shooting them after they kill one of your minions while advancing your minions towards their first guardian. It's important to note that unlike many other third-person shooters, the goal of the game isn't to kill the person opposing your lane. Your goal is to kill his guardian, the big dude that shoots a laser if you get too close. If you have the chance to kill the person opposing your lane, by all means go for it, but if you get too carried away in chasing your enemy, you could be the one ending up on the kill feed, so be careful. Now, let's move on to farming. Around the map, you'll see triangles with either 1, 2, or no bars under them. These are monster camps. They spawn souls and spawn at different points in the match. You'll want to take these out, especially the small camps in the early game, as they'll give you extra souls, giving you the upper hand. Farming is very important in Deadlock, and money is everything. What can set the victors from the losers can very well be a couple extra souls. But Tree what do we do with all the souls we farmed? I hear you asking? Well, I'm glad you asked, my young Padawan. That'll lead us into the wonderful world of items. Items are bought at shops found at various places around the map. First, let's go over the basics. Items are split into 3 different categories: Weapon, Vitality, and Spirit. Weapon items focus on your main weapon, also known as Mouse 1, who would have guessed. Items from this category will primarily increase your ammo, damage, and reload speed. Vitality items focus on your movement and health, primarily increasing your movement speed, stamina, overall health, and health regeneration. Lastly, Spirit items focus on your abilities. Items in this category will increase damage dealt by abilities, reduce cooldowns, and offer debuffs that can be put onto enemies. Now that we've got that out of the way, what should you buy? Like I mentioned before, it'll all depend on how you want to play BEBOP. If you browse through the builds tab in the shop, you'll see lots of builds broken up in 3 distinct categories. Physical builds, which focus on up close and personal play and using BEBOP's uppercut. Bomb builds, which focus on the use of his sticky grenade and building up the amount of damage it does quickly. This one is great if you're a fan of Michael Bay movies. And lastly, Gun Bop, which focuses on increasing BEBOP's fire rate and damage of his main gun. Everyone plays BEBOP differently, so don't feel bad if a build isn't to your liking. Feel free to look around the builds tab until you find what feels right for you, and maybe even make your own. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. This part's without a script, so if I stuttered, you know why. Anyways, this is like my first time making one of these types of videos, so yeah, I hope to make more of these. This one was kind of fun. I've been really liking Deadlock, especially BEBOP. He's the best character in the game. Can't tell me otherwise. Anyways, if you watch this far, like and subscribe. Thanks.